Good morning. This is Joe Mosid for SuccessProgress.com. Thanks for stopping by. It's our goal to provide relevant, meaningful content to our user community. And today we're going to profile the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. Follow them and people will follow you, written by John C. Maxwell. The study of leadership is a lifelong pursuit. It is not a destiny but a journey. The results can be staggering for organizations with strong leadership. Jim Collins in Good to Great profiled highly successful companies, and one of the key elements is what he coined the level 5 leader. These people were not what you think. Most people, when they hear leader, think of flamboyant CEOs or fast-talking politicians. When you dig deeper, the opposite holds true. I recommend all of Mr. Maxwell's work. One thing that makes his work real is that John has built nonprofit organizations throughout his life with great success. When you build a company, people have to follow you if they work for you because their livelihood depends on it. Building nonprofits is not the same. People choose to follow you, and that's what makes his work so profound. Why is this important to me? Let's show this with an example, and I think you will see why it is critical to make leadership a lifelong study. I'm a big fan of OPE, OPT, and OPM, other people's expertise, time, and money. This allows leverage and expansion of your organization when balanced correctly. From a strict performance standpoint, think about the following. Let's suppose you have an organization that has 100 team members. If you work on yourself and improve your own performance by, say, 20%, then that is really good improvement and should be done. But if you extend your focus and strive to get each of your team members to improve by, say, 5%, then the impact on the organization is a 500% improvement. So let's monetize this example. Let's suppose the organization makes $1 million. Improve yourself 20%, and perhaps the organization will see $1.2 million. Improve the team members by 5% each, and the organization sees $5 million. Which would you rather have? Note that this is without increasing your costs. Needless to say that leadership is a study that needs to be pursued. This book is packed with profound knowledge and should be used like a desk reference. Keep it handy and review it quarterly. I'll profile a few key points because of our time constraints, but encourage you to read this book and the others by John Maxwell. You can check out his other works on the site as well. This graph speaks volumes and shows exactly why leadership ability is so important. In the book, John talks about the McDonald brothers. They built a good restaurant chain and were successful. They had a leadership ability of, say, 1 and a success dedication of 8. Thus, their total area of coverage was 1 times 8, or 8. Ray Kroc bought the franchise rights, and McDonald's is one of the most successful corporations in the world. Mr. Kroc's success ability was, say, a 9, with his leadership ability as a 9 as well. His total effectiveness chart was 9 times 9 for a total of 81. You see his effectiveness in growing the business and recruiting good people to help him do was at least 10 times better than that of the McDonald brothers. As you can see, if you commit to pursuing excellence on both the X and Y axis, then you will multiply your effectiveness. The total spread is from 1 to 100, so there is a lot to learn. I'm going to highlight 4 of the 21 laws for the sake of time. All the laws are critical and they can be studied and improved upon independently, so you don't have to master one to get to the next one. Number 1, the law of solid ground. Trust is the foundation of leadership. When you look at Apple, people trust Steve Jobs. There's no two ways about it. You cannot build a billion-dollar business over decades without it. Likewise, think of Enron. These executives were building a house of cards. Now, they hid their motives and lied to their employees, but once the trust was broken, then their careers were over. None of these executives could run another company again because they violated the law of solid ground. It takes 30 years to build trust, integrity, and character, and 30 seconds to lose it. Number 2, the law of influence. The true measure of leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. Think about this. Why would anybody retell history from 480 BC? The Spartan king Leonidas led 300 Spartan soldiers into battle against the Persian army, rumored to be in the millions. The Persian army was made of slaves while the Spartans were free men. The law of influence is seen in the fact that Xerxes, the Persian leader, would kill any of his men for victory, and Leonidas would die for any of his men. Needless to say, the stand of the famous 300 Spartans is still remembered today as one of the greatest battles in history. All the Spartans stayed and died because they were fighting for what they believed in and followed a leader bigger than themselves. That is the essence of influence. Number 3, the law of the inner circle. A leader's potential is determined by those closest to him. The law is very important. If you are just starting out in your career, then really watch who you're working for. Where do they spend all their time? With whom do they spend it? This is critical because the top 5 people you associate with on a regular basis determines where you are in life. You have heard companies say that their people are their biggest asset. The law of the inner circle says the right people are your biggest asset. This is critical for success and the heart of this law. Number 4, the law of victory. Leaders find a way for the team to win. Everybody knows that in business or war, there is no silver medal. Here's a quote from Winston Churchill that sums this up. When he was asked, "What is our aim with regard to World War II?" Churchill replied, "Victory. Victory at all costs. Victory in spite of all terror. Victory however long and hard the road may be, for without victory, there is no survival." The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership is a great book packed with excellent lessons for everybody to study. I recommend the book even if you're not in a positional leadership role. If you want to increase your effectiveness, then this book provides the roadmap to do it. I have a long way to go on the leadership journey, but Mr. Maxwell's work provides the roadmap. I hope you found the short video summary useful. The key to any new ideas is to work in your daily routine until it becomes habit. Habits form as little as 21 days. One thing you can take away from this book is the multiplying effect of leadership. This is the result you will get when studying and practicing the laws daily. I've started doing this and our organization has had some success. I personally have a long way to go, but will continue using the book and other works of John Maxwell to guide me. If you enjoyed the video, then please don't hesitate to pass it along. And if you want more info, click on the link and purchase John's book, The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. Thanks for watching and have a great day.